1460 WMBA and streaming at beavercountyradio.com.
We can expect a chance of snow today with some possible rain showers reaching a high of 38 degrees. Snow likely tonight with cloudy skies going down to a low of 31. Isolated snow showers tomorrow with mostly cloudy skies reaching a high of 37. Mostly cloudy on Thursday with a high near 43. Partly sunny Friday with a high near 52. And a chance of rain Saturday with mostly cloudy skies and a high near 58 degrees. That's a look at the news for now. I'm Curtis Walsh on 99.3 FM and AM 1230 WBVP, also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Now, it's time to talk on Teleforum on Beaver County Radio. 1230 WBVP, 1460 WMBA, 99.3 FM, and beavercountyradio.com. And now, here is the host of the show, Eddie Crow.
It is Teleforum. It is the second hour, and the trouble has already began. I'm going to go ahead. You ready to be on camera? You got all the making the faces out of the way?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd still make them on camera, though.
Well, go ahead. I just put you on camera. This is being live feeded on Facebook. My guest for this hour, or until we get sick of each other and she leaves, Kim Fabrizio.
About an hour.
Is that the tolerance level?
I think so.
Kim Fabrizio of Merchant Coffee and Cafe. I consider us neighbors.
Yeah.
Because we're very close to each other. And I was going by and I was seeing work, and let's talk first. And there's a lot to talk about.
Yes.
But let's talk first about it ain't just a coffee shop no more, is it?
It's not just a coffee shop.
And I know this because this is why I think you're smart. You've figured it out. If you want the media to give a tinker's damn about you, you bring them food.
Yeah.
And you brought me food, and it's not morning pastries. All right. What's changed over at your joint?
So we are now a breakfast and lunch cafe in addition to all of the things we already do.
What made you do that? How long it went? Let's back up a little bit. I'm assuming people understand how long we've talked about this.
Yeah.
When did Merchant Cafe fall under the auspices of Kim Fabrizio? It hadn't been that long.
Well, so here's the thing about Merchant Cafe. When we opened the coffee shop back in September of 2020, COVID year. Well, COVID year.
Well, March of 2020, the end of March
right,
is when
that's
it hit.
It hit. And so that was like when our contractors were like, we can't get stuff in and we can't be there, blah, blah, blah. So it got kind of crazy. So by, September, although we initially had decided to open as a coffee shop and cafe, we decided that opening just as a coffee shop during that time period was wise. So that's what we did. And we had always still kept the intent to open as a cafe at some point.
It got backburnered because of COVID.
Yeah.
Was there ever consideration to just put the entire project on hold till after COVID? Say,
No.
we can't even do the coffee shop right now. It's too big a mess.
No, we were so eager to get that place open. And I think, too, because we had been talking about it and building up to it we opened in September. We started the demo about a year before that. So it had been a long time coming. And we all, at least me personally, I could say I felt desperate for there to be some light on the situation. Like, I remember being home with the kids all the time.
All right, back up. You mean some light as we need to get this project going, or you're talking about light?
Light as in
emotionally because of the world.
Was a dark time.
Okay.
I think for a lot of people. And so
you started kind of out of emotional desperation? You went forward?
No, also because we were completely invested. We were all in.
The money was already.
Why would we? Yeah, there was no reason to stop the project. And there were a lot of people who were looking forward to it opening. Mm-hmm. And so I think also it was a way to say, hey, look, we're all in this together right now, as everybody was during COVID. It's like, we're going to keep moving forward with this. And when we did, we had so much positive feedback with being open.
Did anybody think you were crazy for trying to open a new business during COVID when nobody could be around each other? Otherwise, they were all going to fall over like defective weebles.
I don't think people thought we were crazy, but I think people were impressed that we were moving forward with
that
it.
you had the guts.
Yeah. Oh,
What was the biggest uphill battle when you started besides COVID? Or what was the biggest uphill battle caused by COVID?
supplies.
Getting stuff to do the work.
Well, we were really fortunate. Yeah, we were fortunate with employees. Very, very fortunate. And then I think we would order cups and they would say, sorry, we don't have these cups, but we have these cups. And they send us those cups and those cups don't fit our lids. And then we're spending money on stuff that we eventually can't even use. And we're paying a lot more money for stuff that we're not going to need. And so it was just, that part was really like irritating.
How was that not frustrating to the point you said, okay, to heck with it? Because most people, Kim, I think would have said, we'll come back when we can get the right lids.
None of us are like that person. I'm not that type of person. I don't just say, oh, well, this doesn't work, so I'm going to give up. I say, this doesn't work, so let's find a solution, or let's figure out how to do this differently, or let's figure out a way to make it happen.
Have you always been like that?
Yes.
Bet you annoyed the crap out of your teachers, didn't you?
Oh my gosh. Oh, my teachers had lots of things to say about me.
3 years later, the cafe comes. How much longer was the process to get it post-COVID? Or was everything in place? You just finally could get materials and said, okay, we got time, or we can do it? Even
post-COVID, it still took a long time to get equipment. Like our stove and our oven and our impinger. We don't have a stove. It's cool because our whole kitchen operates off of pretty much electrics. We have a panini press, we have an impinger, we have an oven.
Wait, back up. What's an impinger? That sounds like a medical thing.
It's so cool. It is a machine that takes something not cooked from one side and slowly slides it through to being cooked on the other side.
That sounds like a grill. What do you mean? It's a one-sided horizontal toaster?
Yeah, it goes through, like, if you're looking at it, you start on one side and you put, like, if you're doing a cauliflower pizza, or if you're doing whatever, something on this side.
Something that needs to be cooked on one side.
Yeah, something that needs to be cooked. And then you put it through. There's all these different fun. Rick has it all figured out. Rick and Pat have it all figured out. There's all these different settings and timers and stuff. But then you set it through, and then like 3 to 5 minutes later, depending on the setting, it comes out completely cooked on the other side.
Is that to fix something you messed up by only cooking it on one side by accident? Or is there a dish that requires cooking on one side?
No, it's like, okay, imagine like
not to go
pizzas.
all Gordon Ramsay.
Pizza,
well,
right?
I want the bottom of the pizza cooked too.
No, it cooks this way.
What do you mean it cooks if people watching can see that? What do you mean it squishes it?
No. So it heats it from the bottom and the top, and it's like a toaster.
That's what is a horizontal toaster.
Yeah, that has heating elements from both the bottom and the top.
Ovens do that too. How much does it?
But an oven takes longer.
All right, seriously. How much does the kitchen equipment cost to say, I'm going to open a cafe?
Oh, it's super expensive. Rick would be able to answer that question in a heartbeat. I honestly don't know. I think a kitchen probably costs
You own how do you not know?
No, it's not that I don't know exactly, but we have different pieces of things. So like our walk-in cooler, is that a part of the kitchen? I guess. That's $50,000 right there.
Just for a walk-in cooler?
Yeah, with a freezer too. And it's ginormous.
It's a good place to hide bodies. Somebody gets out of line.
You'd be able to find a body in there pretty easily.
Eventually, yeah, once you look behind the cabbage or whatever.
It's not that big.
Was there ever a time you said, this coffee shop, and then for people that don't know your daily schedule, Kim Fabrizio is my guest, run Merchant Coffee. You also bartend across the street. Well, Rivertown?
Bridgetown.
Bridgetown. Sorry, Rivertown's the antique, about a half a block down. You also have 2 kids.
3.
3? I thought you had 2.
3.
Okay, what made you say, I don't have enough going on in my life. Let's go ahead and get this cafe thing fired up.
It's not that I say I don't have enough going on.
I feel bad that I slighted the 3rd kid.
Which one did you forget?
I don't know. I'm not claiming it.
It's not that I don't have enough going on. It's just that I have enough energy and enough drive and enough willpower and enough passion to continue to pursue things at the rate that I'm pursuing them.
We talked about this maybe a year or two ago. You're in Ambridge, born and bred.
Yeah.
And you wanted to give back to the community.
Absolutely.
Is that passion as strong now? It would seem so with the advancements, but how do you maintain the passion? You say you're naturally that way.
Yeah, I am.
That can only go so far. How do you maintain the passion from the outside?
I mean, I stay connected to people in the community. Like people who come into the coffee shop and people who come into the tap house. They're people that I talk to like friends and I get to know them. And I don't know if that has something to do with it or if it's just that genuinely like deep down inside, I want humanity overall. I think whether I was living in where I live now, growing up in Ambridge, or it was some other community that I was born and raised in and stayed in, I think it's just the people. It's just people that matter. And I want to be able to help facilitate an environment and an atmosphere where people can feel loved and taken care of and like nourished physically, like by food or emotionally by experience. That's just important to me. And it's important that as I'm raising 3 children for them to learn how to do that too.
And you're smart enough to know you lead by example.
Well, yeah.
Well, yeah, but see, you say, well, yeah, like it's, of course, but that is not a normal thing. There's a lot of the world.
I am not normal.
Yeah.
If you want to, I don't even know what normal is.
Normal is a social construct put on you to make you sit up straight in school.
Well, I don't oblige.
All right. You opened the cafe, or excuse me, you opened the coffee shop, now the cafe. Talk quickly, before we got to get the news,
Okay.
Talk quickly about what you chose to put on the menu and why you chose to put it on the menu. And explain to me the name of the company now. Is it Merchant Coffee Company and Cafe? Is it Merchant Coffee Cafe Company?
Okay. You want me to talk fast?
No, I know you're going to talk fast naturally. We got time.
Okay, well, we could come back to it.
Yeah.
But so we haven't rebranded. It's still Merchant Coffee Co. But I have been using, for like hashtags on Instagram, I've been using Merchant Coffee Cafe, and I've been calling it Merchant Coffee Co. and Cafe. Because we're going to be doing some different things. There's actually a lot of really cool stuff going on with the near future and what we're going to be doing. But as far as food goes, the menu items are constructed and designed to be delicious, but also to be nourishing and healthy. We have gluten-free options. We do everything. We like even the lettuce that we're getting.
Okay.
Yeah. Do we not have time to?
No. I'll push news back to hear about lettuce. Go ahead.
So there's a company in Ambridge. They're called the Lettuce Ladies.
Yeah.
And they are right on 989 in the old Ridge Road Elementary School building. They have a hydroponic lettuce farm indoors, and it's pesticide free. And I've been there, and it's amazing. And we get our greens from them. We get microgreens. We get red oak lettuce.
Wait, back up. What are microgreens? I would think if it's green, it's green. It's not a
Microgreens
tiny
are like-
green.
Like baby greens. They're little tiny sprouted greens. They don't grow to be big full greens. So you're basically it's like eating veal.
I was about to say it sounds like a vegetable veal that you eat it before it gets sinewy.
Yeah, and it still is rich and dense in nutrients, even sometimes more so than fully grown.
How much more does it cost you to care that much? And I'm not mocking. You could go and you could get a giant cardboard box of iceberg lettuce. You could do that anywhere, and you and I both know it'd be a lot cheaper, wouldn't it?
It would be cheaper.
Yeah.
It would also be less time consuming, and there would have to be less thought. But it's important to me because that's how I eat too. So I want other people to be able to have access, and I also eat out. I want other people to be able to have access to clean, healthy, super like rich and nutrient dense meals that are going to not only make them feel good, but it's going to physically change and make them feel good. Like after you eat it, you're like, oh yeah, I feel great. I don't feel like I just ate like 100 pounds of food. Yeah, garbage food. But then it will also, if you continue a lifestyle where you're eating that way, you're going to ultimately start to feel better.
How difficult was it to convince yourself to commit to that financially? You said you eat
It's not
healthy.
hard.
There are people that don't eat healthy. Do you believe you're swinging them around to your way of thinking?
I think sometimes, I don't know if it's swinging them around. I'm just offering them something they can't normally find out other places. People can eat healthy at home. It's a choice. But a lot of times when you go out to eat, you don't have a lot of healthy options or gluten-free options or vegetarian options for those people who have those types of diets. And it's like, it kind of takes the fun out of eating out because you're like, well, I could just make something better for myself at home, and eating out is an experience. It's something you want to go out for a lunch date or a breakfast date?
Right. It's as much a social thing.
I actually just had a review that I replied to this morning. We just got a 5-star review, and some guy said that him and his wife come there for like a day date every week.
That's cool.
I know. And that's beautiful because that's what we're trying to create, an atmosphere where people can do that.
The community thing.
Yeah.
Kim Fabrizio of Merchant Coffee and Cafe. Yeah. Did I get it right?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. She's my guest. It's Teleforum News is next. More with Kim and killing baby lettuces after this.
Make the holiday special with a delicious box of chocolates from Roseland Candy Castle in New Brighton. For over 100 years, Roseland Candy has continued to demonstrate unmatched passion for chocolates. Roseland chocolates are made from scratch with only the finest and freshest ingredients. Roseland's has luscious cherry cordials, peanut butter meltaways, chocolate-covered pretzels, and so much more. Come visit the area's chocolate experts in New Brighton. Roseland's will ship their fresh homemade chocolates to your friends and family directly from their store. Order online at roselandcandy.com. And remember, Christmas just wouldn't be Christmas without Roseland Candy.
Roseland Candy Castle can ship your chocolates anywhere. Visit them online at roselandcandy.com. Celebrate the holidays with chocolates from Roseland Candy Castle, located on 5th Avenue in New Brighton.
Nobody should be lonely, especially around the holidays. This is Cindy Haladio from Friendly Federal Credit Union.
Not again. Come on, Cindy. It's time to let somebody else do the talking. This is Karen Latchall. It is true, seeing a smiling, friendly face like mine, especially at the teller window, can brighten anyone's day. Cheer up. There is no need to do things alone or be by yourself this holiday or anytime. Come celebrate the value and service, not to mention live in-person tellers at Friendly Federal Credit Union.
Don't be lonely this time of the year. Enjoy old-fashioned in-person transactions at Friendly Federal Credit Union. You can also click friendlyfcu.org. Happy holidays from Friendly Federal Credit Union. Member NCUA Equal Housing Lender.
Friendly Federal Credit Union. You got a friend.
What's your favorite Christmas song? We all have our own. It just takes a few notes to make you recognize them right away. Now those songs that ring a bell can win you a delicious box of chocolates, compliments of Roseland's Candy Castle. Tune into Beaver County Radio's Teleforum with Eddie Crow at 9-10 a.m. each Monday and play the Christmas Carol Challenge. We'll play just a few notes from popular holiday songs, and you guess the name. It's that easy. Listen for Roseland Candy Castle's Christmas Carol Challenge each Monday right here on Beaver County Radio.
When you talk about community involvement and safety, the name Fry stands at the forefront in Beaver County. Fry Transportation's mission is to continue to raise the bar as the gold standard in their industry by providing the safest, most reliable, and cost-efficient transportation service in Beaver County through their strong relationships with their communities, best-in-their-class drivers, equipment, and technology. There's nothing more important than the safety of their students, employees, and community members. Fry Transportation, where the quality of their organization is characterized by the makeup of the individual behind the wheel.
When life brings the great outdoors indoors, you need a reliable washer and dryer with the ability to enhance cleaning and sanitize your laundry. See the experts at AK Nahas to determine a laundry pair that works the best for your family. Whether it's the durability of commercial cleaning like Speed Queen and Maytag, or the capacity and power steam cleaning of GE and Whirlpool, AK Nahas has it all. Cleaning is believing. See it all at AK Nahas Appliance, Furniture, Mattress, and TV. You'll do okay with AK.
Beaver County Radio's news source, 95.7 and 99.3 FM, along with 1230 WBVP, 1460 WMBA, and streaming at beavercountyradio.com. Here's Curtis Walsh.
Good morning. We can expect a chance of snow today with some possible rain showers reaching a high of 38 degrees. We'll have a complete Beaver County radio weather forecast after this look at news. A New Brighton resident has been sentenced for abusing and committing hate crimes against residents at McGuire Homes in New Brighton. 32-year-old Tyler Smith pled guilty to 1 count of conspiracy and 1 count of violating the Matthew Shepard and James Byrd Jr. Hate Crimes Prevention Act before United States District Judge J. Nicholas Ranjan. Smith and Zachary Donnell carried out assaults in a variety of ways, including by punching and kicking residents, rubbing liquid irritants in their eyes, spraying liquid irritants in their eyes and mouths, and in one instance removing a resident's compression stocking in a manner intended to inflict pain. Several of these assaults were recorded on Donnell's cell phone. Smith further admitted that he and Donnell were able to avoid detection by exploiting their one-on-one access to residents of the facility and the fact that the victims were nonverbal and could not report the defendant's abuse. As part of his plea agreement and subject to the approval of the judge, Smith has agreed to a term of imprisonment of not less than 60 months and not more than 120 months. Zachary Donnell previously pled guilty to all charges and was sentenced on January 26th to 17 years in prison, followed by 3 years supervised release. A message was sent out from the New Brighton Area School District at 11:15 a.m. Monday morning notifying parents and guardians that the school district was being placed on lockdown. An incident occurred at 10:43 a.m. in the area of the middle school after a male ran from police. The lockdown was done as a precaution, according to a police spokesperson. Once the situation was cleared, the school was reopened. Numerous police departments responded, and as of 11:45 a.m. on Monday, police vacated the area. A police officer native to Beaver County was shot and killed during a traffic stop last week. Sergeant Michael Moran, who was serving as an officer in Cortez, Colorado, was originally from industry. Moran climbed the ranks in Cortez, becoming a sergeant and also canine handler. The accused killer of Sergeant Moran was killed by gunfire of other officers shortly after. Beaver County Radio News correspondent Sandy Giordano reports that Aliquippa Fire Chief Dave Foringer reported that firefighters were called out after 11 p.m. Sunday night for a fire on Highland Avenue. He said the home is now a frame structure and no injuries were reported. Aliquippa was assisted by Ambridge, Center Township, and Baden fire departments. The chief said the cause of the fire is under investigation. The holiday shopping season is already in full swing, and AARP Pennsylvania has some tips on how to avoid becoming a victim of fraud or identity theft. Danielle Smith has the details.
The latest AARP study found 76%, or roughly 3 out of 4, U.S. adults age 18 or older have been targeted by at least one form of fraud. Associate State Director David Kalinowski at AARP Pennsylvania says the most common scams are related to online shopping, empty gift cards, and package delivery.
Sometimes criminals go into stores and scratch off the strips on the back of a gift card. They get the PIN number and then return it to the store rack. And once the card is loaded, scammers drain the funds because they have technology that can instantaneously let somebody know when that gift card was activated.
Kalinowski says they recommend purchasing gift cards directly from the card issuer's website. He adds that to receive timely updates on the latest scams and fraud schemes, Pennsylvania residents can enroll in bi-weekly fraud alerts via text messaging. Simply text the abbreviations FWN, which stands for Fraud Watch Network, to the number 50757.
Despite dropping demand, the national average for a gallon of gasoline fell by only a penny since last week. Today's national average of $3.24 is 18 cents less than a month ago and 17 cents less than a year ago. The average price for a gallon of unleaded self-serve gas here in Beaver County is currently $3.64.
Here's the Beaver County forecast on 95.7 and 99.3 FM, along with 1230 WBVP, 1460 WMBA, and streaming at beavercountyradio.com.
We can expect a chance of snow today with some possible rain showers reaching a high of 38 degrees. Snow likely tonight with cloudy skies going down to a low of 31. Isolated snow showers tomorrow with mostly cloudy skies reaching a high of 37. Mostly cloudy on Thursday with a high near 43. Partly sunny Friday with a high near 52. And a chance of rain Saturday with mostly cloudy skies and a high near 58 degrees. That's a look at the news for now. I'm Curtis Walsh on 99.3 FM and AM 1230 WBVP, also streaming live around the world at beavercountyradio.com.
Talk about what's happening in Beaver County or around the world on Teleforum. 724-843-1888. 724-774-1888. It's Teleforum with Eddie Crow.
Who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Kim Fabrizio of Merchant Coffee and Cafe is my guest, Merchant Street in Ambridge. And she is on video right now. And I said, hey, you're back up on video because that's the polite thing to do. And she just starts talking. And it's like, they can't hear you yet. I appreciate the enthusiasm. It's that kind of enthusiasm that allows you to raise 3 kids and run 2 businesses and never sleep.
I sleep.
How much do you sleep a night?
Like 8 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Does your day have 50 hours in it?
I think so.
How much, in all seriousness, how much time does it take for you addressing everything Merchant Coffee? Because you go right across the street and work across the street at Bridgetown after that. How much time have you spent at Merchant before you cross the street to your other gig?
Well,
I think it just bummed you out by asking, didn't it?
It's a lot. But you know what? I think I'm just really efficient. I think I can do a lot in a little bit of time, which is why it seems like I do so much. But I don't know. I'm at so when we opened the cafe, we did it as a soft open. We didn't do a big grand opening.
Explain to people what that means.
I don't know if I know exactly what it means, but here's what it means to me.
Okay.
A soft open is when you don't tell people you're really opening, except for, your loyal, repeat customers and your family and stuff like that. And you don't do the whole menu. So we opened quietly the Tuesday before Thanksgiving. We told a few people we were opening, but the reason that you do it that way is so you're not really overwhelmed with a bunch of orders at once and you have time to troubleshoot.
It's not a grand opening with people standing at the counter.
Right.
Okay.
We did a grand opening when we opened the coffee shop. That was a crazy day.
I remember that.
I cried a bunch that day. I did. But so this was really underwhelming, but it was super helpful because it allowed us time to be able to fix stuff in the kitchen and work through some different things and all that and get an idea for how stuff was going to work. So now that was the Tuesday before Thanksgiving, like a week.
I really hope you're watching this on Facebook because she is providing visual aids to her speech. You absolutely were. Has it calmed down? Has it slowed up at all?
So, we're actually not very busy yet. No.
All right.
So we bring it on, people. Come and eat because we can handle it and we're ready for you. But the part about the soft open as well is that our menu's a little limited, but it's still a very full menu for being limited. For breakfast.
Mm-hmm. Run down the menu because
Sure.
All right.
Sure. I don't know if I'll be able to remember everything. I think I should be able to. So for breakfast, we have peanut butter overnight oats with banana. So that's a nice...
What?
Oh, come on.
You mean oats with peanut butter in them?
So overnight oats are an oatmeal meal, but it's cold. And what you do is you let the oats set up we put it in almond milk, maple syrup, Greek yogurt, put some hemp hearts in there and
what
some
do you mean
peanut butter.
Set up?
You just put it in cold and you leave it in the refrigerator overnight, and it grows.
Gelatinizes?
No, it expands.
Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't say gelatinizes, but it becomes like a full, like, you know, it's not hard anymore. The oats absorb all the liquid, and then we put sliced fresh bananas on it, and you eat it cold, and it's delicious. It's an easy grab and go item. You just boop, take it. Don't have to. You can heat it up, but it's really good cold. So that's what overnight oats are. Those are on our menu.
What made you decide? I'm not picking at overnight oats, but when you sat down and you said, let's get the menu together for this cafe side, what made you say yes, and what made you say, I don't think so?
Well, that one was something I like to eat, and it's something that if I were at a cafe, I would grab as a quick bite to go. I think it's a substantial breakfast for people who are just getting up, grabbing a coffee and going. It's easy to eat, and it keeps you full until lunch.
Okay.
That's why.
That's it. So it's simple, it's easy, you take it with you, and it's not garbage.
No, it's all good stuff.
Yeah. All right. What else is on the menu? I'm passing on the oats that grow.
That's fine. You'll like all the other things.
Okay.
So we have breakfast frittata, which are they're made as they come in, and they're made in cast iron skillets.
Made to order.
They're made to order. It's not like you go like when you're going to Sheets and it's like, oh, put this and this and this in. And it's like we have a breakfast, or we have a veggie one and we have a meat one, and then it'll be made as you order it, and it's a personal size. So that's really cool. I really like that. That's gluten-free. We also have breakfast pockets, which are like pressed breakfast wraps. And also you can find pictures of some of this stuff. I've posted some of these pictures already on social media, like on Instagram and Facebook and on our website. So if you're curious as to what these things look like, you can go look at them.
Visual and aroma sells a lot of food. Mm-hmm. So, all right, what if you
How
guys...
did your bag over there? How'd your bag smell? Did you get a whiff, like an aroma from it?
I did.
And are
Did
you
you not
excited
see
to
me
eat it?
shovel food in my face during the news? You saw that. Of course I am. Was there anything that you said, I want this, but I don't know if it would be popular enough to commit to putting it on the menu?
There are things on the menu right now that I don't know if they're going to be popular enough, but I genuinely believe in the product, and all like our staff, like all the baristas have eaten so much of this food as we've been like, trying different things, playing with it. And we've had so much positive feedback, not only from them, which is great from them because then they can sell it, but from people who have come in during the soft open who've had nothing but positive to say. And I'm like, hey, listen, give me true, honest, real feedback. I want the gritty feedback. Tell me what's wrong. Tell me what we could do better. Tell me what you'd like to see different. And I even did like a little, I even wrote a little like questionnaire for people to fill out after they ate. And it was all such great positive feedback. And it's wonderful. It's great.
But
I want to hear, I'm just hoping at the bottom of my heart that people are being raw and genuine and honest.
is it possible that you've done nothing wrong and there's nothing to complain about?
Yeah, no, I don't think we've done anything wrong. And it's very possible we've done nothing wrong, but it's just that, we like, I don't know. I guess, yeah.
Well, I'm not going to argue with that. I'm not going to argue with that.
Well, I'm going to keep going through the food. So we have those breakfast pockets.
Uh-huh.
We're also doing build your own breakfast sandwich, which is cool. That's really kind of like a build your own because you can pick your own like bread. So we have the beaver bagels, we have English muffins, biscuits. We have sourdough. Oh, we get our bread from Mediterra, which is awesome. I don't know if you've ever eaten Mediterra's bread.
I have.
It's delicious.
Yes,
I have
it
to
is.
like control myself because I'm not eating a lot of gluten these days. I'm not like
All right,
sick
that's
or
listen,
anything.
stop. Kim Fabrizio of Merchant Coffee and Cafe is my guest on Teleforum. It's 17 minutes before 11. That is the fourth time that you've mentioned gluten.
Yeah.
Why are people getting away from gluten when gluten has existed since bread and grains have existed?
Because bread and grains aren't being created as the same as they were 100 years ago.
Is that what's causing gluten to be more relevant than it was?
I also think too, like over time, I think our DNA changes based on the food that we put into our bodies. And when that changes and then we have children, their DNA is slightly different, and it's creating these intolerances or diseases or different things.
You're talking about allergies that never existed before.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's probably just a product. I mean, I'm not a expert on this, but I know what works for me, and I know what works for a lot of other people. It's probably just a product of eating way over processed food, like just food that's not even real food anymore. Bread's not even real. Have you ever read the ingredients on a bag of bread?
Wonder Bread to white bread?
Any bread, even Pepperidge Farm, or even, oh my gosh, it's kind of gross. So to have even just to be able to get bread in from a bakery who's making their bread from like old recipes, they have ancient grains in some of their breads. I mean, we get their sourdough and Fife, but I don't know. As a
business owner, where do you draw the line between the ability of distribution and preservation and the healthiness? Because what you're talking about, those chemicals, and I agree with you completely, but what you're talking about, those are the chemicals that means that loaf of Wonder Bread ain't going to go bad in 4 days. It is disgusting, but there's a lot of Wonder Bread in the world.
So we've had Mediterra products in now for a few months, and we've been able to play with them in different ways and see how long they last on the shelf, see how long they last when they get refrigerated, see how long they last when they freeze. We've been able to find our little niche with them. So we're able to offer fresh bread continually with how we figured out how to do it.
They are not the only people locally sourced that you deal with. You talked about the lettuce ladies.
Yeah.
Which is, I hope they have a T-shirt. I want a shirt that says lettuce ladies. And talking about the bread, your vision of this cafe, could it exist without locally sourced product?
No, it wouldn't be what it is.
Okay.
I wouldn't want it to be that way. I mean, sure, any cafe can exist however it wants to.
With a microwave out of the box, whatever piece of bread.
Sure, yeah, you could do that if that's your thing. Like, if that's what you want to do. But that's not what we want to do. And so, no, our cafe cannot exist without other small businesses.
You haven't mentioned the hours. You're still on a soft opening, and you had a grand opening.
Yeah, well, no, we have not had a grand opening. And that's the other thing about our soft open. So currently, our operating hours for the cafe are Monday through Friday, open to 2. Now, this isn't like
wait. You said open to 2. What time is open?
Well, it's different on the weekends and the weekdays.
You.
So open is 7 Monday through Friday, and then the weekends we opened at 8. But 7 to 2, and this is that's not our long-term goal. Like, we would love to be open maybe a little bit longer.
What's stopping you?
Right now, labor.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. And that's okay, because we're with the soft open, it's comfortable for us to, with like you said, we have a ton of stuff going on between both businesses and kids and different stuff like that. It's really comfortable for us to just say, okay, this works for now. Because Rick is in the kitchen, and then we have Pat in the kitchen who is awesome. He used to work at the Bridgetown Tap House a while back, and he was
so his commute changed by 40 feet?
Well, he hadn't been there for a while.
Oh, and he came back.
Yeah, and he came back and he's working with us, and he's been such a wonderful help and such a great person to have in there. So he's our Monday through Friday guy. He's in the kitchen, and the lights just went out, and lights just came back on. In case anybody was wondering what's going on here in the studio.
I'm so glad this is on video. She's not gone crazy. What she said actually happened. Yeah, the lights went off for a second.
Okay.
All right.
I'm so distracted sometimes.
I'm leaving you hanging. Just ask.
No, Pat's awesome. No, right now it's just labor. And so I honestly, personally, speaking for myself, as far as labor is concerned, the 3 of us right now in the kitchen, me, Rick, and Pat, it's like team OCPD. All of us have personalities that are very neat and organized and clean and
twitchy.
Not not twitchy, just
Not twitchy when things aren't as neat and clean and organized as they should be.
yeah. So it's kind of scary even thinking about hiring somebody else in the kitchen. So if anybody out there is looking for a nice kitchen job, we require that you have obsessive compulsive personality disorder.
Don't the best, and I'm talking about RHI in general, hotel people, restaurant people, don't the best ones, the ones that are best at their job, have a little bit of that?
Yeah.
It's got to be right, and there's no reason it shouldn't be right, and you make it right.
Yeah, and you work hard and you do your best and you do it the way it's supposed to be done. And you know, I don't know, work ethic is something I've noticed is not as strong these days amongst human beings.
I'm going to say something, and I want you to respond.
Okay.
Is it the manager's job to motivate an employee, or is it the employee's job to be motivated because they have a job?
Both.
Okay. How do you balance that as a manager and as an employee?
Well, I could write a book about that.
What are people motivated by?
People are, I've noticed at the coffee shop that people are motivated by affirmation.
Caffeine?
No, like,
Positive reinforcement.
yeah, affirmation. Like being told that they're doing a good job when they're doing a good job, and being held accountable for when they're not doing what they're supposed to be doing. So accountability is huge in management.
Which happens more in your world, people doing something they're not supposed to be, or people not doing something that they're supposed to be as an employer?
Well, fortunately, I have a great crew. Like, we have a great team at the coffee shop, and
Twitchy, but great.
well, in the back. So, like, the baristas, like, they don't have to come back in the kitchen and cook anything or do anything. They are just fully responsible for, you know, creating drinks and keeping like, the front of the store really happy and keep stuff moving along. So I would say none of them really have bad. Oh, maybe one of them has OCPD, but. And I say OCPD because there's a difference between OCPD and OCD. OCD is a in your brain, you have a disorder. It is genetic and it is a problem. OCPD is you do have like obsessive compulsive tendencies, but they're developed by nature by nurture. So by your environment, by the way you were raised, by experiences, personality.
Some twitchy is in my head. Some twitchy was caused by my mom.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
Exactly. But I don't know. I just think that having employees is a beautiful thing because they help your business to grow. They keep your business alive, and so therefore they ought to be treated with respect and kindness and I think that it's important to build them up and to encourage them, but it's also really important to let them know when something can be done more efficiently or better, and doing it in a way that enables them to feel like they want to do a better job.
Kim Fabrizio is my guest. I love talking to you because I know we're going to start on one thing and it's going to end up being 15 different things, and I'm absolutely fine with that. What have you not talked about with Merchant Coffee and Cafe? You're part of our sponsorship. Going to be hanging out in your neighborhood Friday during the parade.
Yeah,
Christmas
and we'll be
on
open
Merchant.
for that. I don't know to what capacity. I don't know if we're just gonna do like hot chocolates and coffee, or if I'm gonna keep the full bar open because I work during the day, and then I'll be coming over there. Like I work at the bar, and then I'm coming over to the coffee shop. So, but we will be open, and that's exciting. There's a fun parade.
What should I have asked you, or what did you want to let people know that we didn't get to because of our OCPD business?
Well, I didn't write anything down.
I sense you don't need to carry a pen to keep the ability to share your thoughts.
That is true.
Yeah.
But I do need a pen to remember things that I'm thinking continually.
Here.
I don't know that there's anything that we didn't talk about, because I really just wanted people to know that we're open. And like I didn't talk about our lunch menu.
What's the lunch menu, Kim?
Well, it's the salad, the microburst salad that I was telling you while I was talking about the greens, with the house-made croutons and shaved carrots and house-made dressing, and you can add grilled chicken, and it's so yummy. And then we're doing these we're calling them cauli flatbreads. So our flatbreads are cauliflower crust, and that's the one thing I was telling you. I'm not sure if that's going to take off, but I really hope it does because it's delicious. It's crispy. It doesn't taste like a vegetable. It just tastes like some sort of thing that you put toppings on that you put in your mouth and it tastes delicious.
It tastes like pizza crust.
It does. And I want people to know that, but like
and
I also
hate cauliflower, but it tastes like pizza crust. It don't taste like cauliflower.
It doesn't taste like vegetables. You put anything on top. Like yesterday we did a short rib flatbread. Ooh. So we did short rib, Swiss cheese, sauteed peppers and onions, and then Pat made like a horsey aioli drizzle on top of it.
Why is aioli a fancier word? We can't just say spiced mayonnaise. It has to have its own word.
Because aiolis have like different things. Like spiced mayonnaise is just like horseradish and mayonnaise. And I mean, I didn't see them make it, but I'm sure there's more in it than that. Aiolis tend to have like lemon and different things. They're not just mayonnaise and one other thing.
Foodie culture stuff.
Yeah. And then, so we also are doing house-made hummus, and we're going to be we don't have sandwiches yet, like deli sandwiches, but we're going to be building into that as we move forward. But what's really important is that people come out and try our food because we're definitely ready. I had someone say to me the other day, I usually don't go to a business and eat there within the first month that they're open. And I said, that's fair. I mean, I get that. You want to give them time to get on their feet, but I'm telling you right now, we're on our feet. We're good. We know what we're doing.
Merchant Coffee and Cafe, Kim Fabrizio. Anytime you want to come back, you come back?
Sure.
Promise?
Yeah.
You don't even have to bring food. You just bring yourself. You know it's snowing outside.
I know.
All right, we're going to go play in the snow during the news. Great seeing you again.
All right, you too.
I'll see you Friday evening.
Okay, bye.
Nobody should be lonely, especially around the holidays.